i-display sa screen. Ayun. Hello, good afternoon. Makita ninyo akong screen, people.
Yes, sir.
Ayo,
Yes, sir.
sige. So once again, good afternoon, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. No? So for today, we'll be discussing more on we venture what is software development rather. So for our lab activities, we will still be using the C sharp language. However, it will be katong kuan nanay katong UI niya. So I will give you the midterm requirements later na lang since medyo occupied pa man ta kan. So this is my reference book, software development from A to Z, and I believe na ano siya, ako na ning gi-upload sa ato ang Google Classroom, no? Makita naman siguro ninyo dito. So you can go ahead and advance study if you want. So here, divided into four roles, no, involved in the creation of software. So nani siya, I think, 9 ka chapters, if ako masayo. So we have chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10. So basically, this is just like a, ano, babalik-balik naman siya sa, sige, so mo to siya. Um, Without further ado, let us discussion. So acknowledgements, I have an idea. So let's say for this afternoon, no, you woke up in your bed, look at the sunlight coming through the tiny gap in your curtains, and all of a sudden, a great idea came to mind. So na ako na may bright idea. So you made a couple of calls to some investors to register the startup, and voila, here you are, a multi-millionaire hipster with crypto wallets in every pocket. So this is one of our dreams, no? So karon sa karon nga generation, mostly mo gani atong kumbaga ang goals na to before tamawala aning kalibutan na pohon kalayan sa Ginoo. So last week, no, I was based in this ako nagibasa ha. So last week I was taking my bath and enjoying salts and smell of essences when all of a sudden, eureka! I came up with a new law of physics. I went immediately to a global conference with all of the important physicists in the world, spoke in front of all the old and wise physicists, received a Nobel Prize, and became a millionaire. So, unsa may kuan niya, unsa may pasabot ani nga mga kanang stories or sentences. So there are a couple of similar points in these two different stories. First of all, in both of them, the idea came from all of a sudden. So basically, all of the bright ideas or all of the well-known ideas nga kasi nga na nga gi-cater karon or na well-known karon ay mostly or are mostly comes all of a sudden. So another example, we have the penicillin mold. So how does the penicillin mold come into or giyon sa na pagka-discovered? So it was discovered when the petri dish of that particular mold was leave unattended. So na-expose siya sa air baron or kinsa tong kwan. So pagbalik sa katong microbiologist or scientist mo to develop na ang katong mold. Or another example is kanang ligid sa sakyanan mga guma. So it was first produced by kinsa man? Kanang Goodyear ba? Kanang brand sa ligid ba? So siya na-discover na niya by accident when the hot metal something na drop sa katong rubber sad nga element mo to na kuan niya nga ay pwede din siya gamiton as liquid ang guma. So mo to siya. So the person immediately becomes a millionaire, and third and most important, both of them are lies. So so mo na siya. So in this chapter, we are going to talk now about ideas, how do they come to us, and how they are transformed into something empirical. And by end up, they bring success. So mura sa natin yung karon. You are basically thinking of problems that you want to solve, particularly sa inyong thesis karon. So unsa may kasagaran or nakamatngon man siguro mo, or I think naka-experience sad mo nga maybe pagpadong ninyo kato gikan sa tagay panahon na mo ula magbuhat ta og beer dispenser nga para ang tagay nato sakto ang iyang sukod walay labis walang kulang ug gitaing nga nanikas ta. So example or unsa ba karon. So first, we would like us to stay on the same page not only in this book but also in the concept and notions. So first, let us define the word idea and establish notion of idea we are going to talk about in this chapter. By the way, are you still following? Madungog po. Madungog. Anyone? Lang.
Sir,
Madungog
madungog
ra
lang sir.
sir.
Sige kay mas nagyaw ko wa na day mo tagbuang day. Okay. So, first is unsa din na si idea. Ito na define. So, idea according to Google is a thought or suggestion as to possible course of action, also a mental impression, an opinion or belief, or basically as one definition is the aim or purpose. In philosophy, it is an eternally existing pattern of which individual things in any class are imperfect copies. So, lawom na kayo ni sa dili lang taan katulo kay lawom na kayo na ari lang to sa first two. First, we have a thought or suggestion as the possible course of action. So, in my opinion, we get an idea based on the factors or parameters or variables that we see in our surroundings or in our environment. So, let's say, for example, makabantay ka nga, ay, nidag-om na. So, maka-idea ka nga, hala, pa daw na mauwan or maka-idea ka, wala, basig mo baha ni, so, ipasakan lang na kung nidaan ng mga gamit sa babaw or sa second floor. So, basically, idea comes up or our idea will be developed or maabot na siya sa tuwa basing sa unsay atong mga problems or basing sa unsay mga parameters or variables na gusto natong sulbaron or gusto natong i-simplify per se. So here's the definition no, of idea. So for the matter of this book, we will use the first definition as the base. So idea is a thought or a suggestion that leads to a course of actions. The synonyms that appear under the definition can totally be used as keywords to describe this particular book. Prepare to run into these words: plan, design, project, and goal. So once again, these are some words that we will be discussing throughout the semester. We have plan, followed by design, followed by project, and then lastly we have goal. So you also have this etymology from the base of idea to C. Everything that comes as an idea is a mental visualization of something. So this something can be totally new or it can derive from existing things. So mostly, this can be observed during your proposals or your katong niduol mo sa kuha asking for possible projects that you want to propose to your project design. So basically, most of you guys are just using this one. You derive things or you derive your project from things that existing or from the existing things. So mostly it's just a complete collection of different modules or different features and you combine into a new whole system. So ano yung gibuhat karon? The general law of humans is that everything that we can see, we can build. So each and every visualization or imagination we have can actually be transformed into some product. So a good example of this particular statement is ato ang technology karon. So sa una, flying or kanang paglupad is just a man's dream or something that impossible kuno to reach. But because of the unending thirst of knowledge by the human race, here comes the Wright brothers who developed the first functional airplane. Although we have different sketches or blueprints already developed by Leonardo da Vinci, particularly the helicopter. If hilig mo mabasa og historical books, so makita ninyo dito nga si Da Vinci ba to or si Galileo ba to? I think it's Da Vinci if ako masayo. So he developed or he sketches no the first blueprints of uh, theoretical nga blueprints sa helicopter as well as the parachutes. So ano siya? Thus, in this book, we are going to talk about ideas that led carefully planned actions where the goal is to transform the idea into a product. Okay? So may mga example sana nga sa una idea ra pero karon na implement na. So another example is kana akong usbon si Angkas na mga motor hailing mga services. We have Angkas, Grab It, Move It, sa pa na Joyride, etc. etc. So sa una, ang kasagaran mo deliver is mga sakyanan ra gyud. Yeah, karon or naa man gani delivery sa motor pero mostly is by kuan jud by company. So kanumdum ko na kay akong lolo siya may mo usam siya ka deliver kanang igo sad siya mag-deliver sad sa una sa ilahang kumpanya gitrabahoan. So kana siya kumbaga walay third party nga pwede ninyong i-hire for temporary then sila yung do sa transactions. So here comes Angkas. Here comes spam. Move it, etc. etc. Another example, we have our mobile wallets, GCash, Paymaya. So, sa una naandan sa mga tao is wala gyud kinahanglan gyud kag moadto sa bangko para mag-deposit and kana sa inyong para maka-withdraw kwarta, you need to visit ATM machines. But now, sayon kayo i-GCash lang or i-send lang sa Paymaya or unsa ba na nga kanang online wallets nga inyong gamiton. Okay, so now let's define product in the context of this chapter. Again, my friend, Google defines product as a result of an action or a process. All these words are equally and extremely important in this context. So result, action, and process. Without an action, your idea will remain just an idea forever. Without a clearly defined process of the implementation, you will never reach your goal. And of course, you expect results. You define the expected outcome of your idea and you establish a process to reach it. So this will only not be available in this particular book, but this can also be applicable into your projects. So how can you create a product if most of these or one of any of these aspects here or words here will not be observed? So atong usbon kani siya base ani. So without action, ang imong idea, nga propose nga title will remain an idea forever. If kana nindot lang kay ka may kay kang explain sa imong idea pero wala ka kaybaw unsaon pagbuhat anang idea or saan pag-implement para mahitabo ng imong idea into reality. So without a clear defined process, So you don't know the flow, or you don't know how to develop or how to create uh, the how to convert the idea into a product, then it will you will never reach your goal. And lastly, dili sad nimo, or you can define the expected outcome of your idea and you establish a process to reach it. So, mo ra gyud nga concept yun. A process is the outcome or result of a course of actions defined as necessary to implement the idea. So there are a lot of different types of categories of products. So they can be businesses, consumers, or both. Consumer products, in their turn, can be divided into four groups of shopping, convenience, specialty, and unsought products. The aim of this book is far from giving you insights into business and marketing. Rather, we would categorize these products into two types. First, we have the physical products, and the second we have is the digital products. So physical products obviously refers to products that are physical or kanato makuptan. Examples, we have staplers, notebooks, pens, cars, toys, our cell phones, our laptops, and etc. etc. Then lastly, we have what we call digital products. So these are products that will be available in digital form. For example, we have software programs, movies, ebooks, and etc. So, FYI lang, mostly karon ang kusog sa market are particularly digital products. So, if makabantay mo sa kanang mga influencers karon nga makita niyo sa Facebook o TikTok, mostly ana ilaha gawa sa kanang mga beauty products sa kay physical no gina. Mostly sila ay they are selling digital products. So what they did is they create their own digital products. So what are examples? So they have notepads, customizable calendars, or kana mga children's books nga if you are into art, so drawing ra kag outline like drawing on ra imong Mickey Mouse diha, pero kung ang lawas kay masulon kayo ya kolor-koloran sa mga bata. So muna siya karon ang uso. Nasay uban nga magbuhat og Bible, dili sila magbuhat og Bible like they are creating a kanang murag collections of Bible verses nga ilang imaligya as digital products. So kana siya. By the way, are we still following? Nakapata diha guys? Are you still there? Thumbs up lang.
Yes, sir. None, sir.
Sige, salamat sa approval. Aw sa kanang. Okay, so in this figure, you can see here products is subdivided into two categories. We have physical and we have digital. So as we already pointed out, we are not going to talk about all these types of products in this book. We aim, or the book aims to show us of how software is created. Therefore, we are going to talk about a very particular subset of the digital products category, software products. Therefore, the ideas that we're going to talk about are those that led or lead to the creation of software. So, a good example nga pwede natong or basin kamo na amoy idea diha nga pwede natong i-implement pohon and mahimo ninyo inyong kaugalingong product or service is CodeJam. Are you familiar with CodeJam? So familiar siguro mong CodeJam sa. So kana si CodeJam is project na siya ni Sir Jermar Jude, which is the CEO. So mo na ilahang thesis sa ilahang eskwelahan sa ATU way back 2018 ka-batch naman ni Sir Jermar. Although magawang pa ko niya kay 5-year course man ng engineering niya, ilaha kay 4 years naman. So kato siya, proposal ang thesis idea lang to, but now I think he is earning millions already because he has a lot of clients. Yeah, pila na gani sad sila international client. O takay ba na already rin ninyo sunod nga mahimong Sir Jamar Jude. So iya kay code jam man, inyo kay code pal. Lain mo rag kupal. Well, anyway, so software products. One moment sa guys ha. Okay, sorry about that. So let us continue. So software products and ideas behind it. So probably the most widely used software products are our operating systems. So Microsoft Windows operating system has gone on a huge journey since its first version in 1985. Kato bitong naano siya si Art ba? Nga ang design sa siyang naspiyo kay pa flat. So the actual 1G in Microsoft started in 1981 when Microsoft decided to build a bitmap software interface. After Bill Gates saw the demonstration of visions, you can check this one out in this particular link. A GUI software for IBM compatible computers. He also realized how sophisticated the Apple GUI was, and Microsoft has been working with Apple applications with user interface for the new Apple computer. Bill Gates decided the Microsoft's user interface should be different. So, the first version of Microsoft Windows had several applications such as calculator, calendar, clock, notepad, paint, reverse side, terminal, card file, and write. It would look like what is shown in particular figure. Kani, muni now sa karaan or pinakaunang Microsoft version, Windows nga version. So, medyo labad siya, no? Sa reverse side is again eh. Ano siya diri na rate me, mura siya og kanang notepad. Then MS-DOS executive is I think this is the control panel or kana siya. Then the clock and the reverse side. So as you can see, medyo compacted pa kayo. Ang ihang or huot pa. So wala pa to mauso ang katong taskbar bitaw. So diri sa ubos. It's hard to imagine how the modern versions of Microsoft Windows actually evolved from this. It was not even considered an operating system until its third version, Windows was considered as an operating environment. This version was codenamed Interface Manager. Over the years, the program has been enhanced, improved, and polished. The latest version has nothing to do with its first predecessor. It's very important to mention that despite big business opportunities Microsoft had in its hands as one of the biggest corporations in the world, and despite the harsh criticism that Windows 1.0 received, Bill Gates has always emphasized that Windows is the main Microsoft product that defines its whole direction in feature. By the way, if you want to friends, another country, Windows XP Simulator. So talking with Microsoft reminded me how expensive their services and products are, which in turn reminded me about digital payment systems enough for Microsoft for now. So next product that we can use as reference for software development is about PayPal. So PayPal, as you know, is one of Elon Musk's inventions that he sold to start playing with his crazy ideas. So PayPal was a small part of a software called Confinity. Its creators decided to concentrate only on this part after they realized that it solved the big pain of or to eBay users. So now develop si PayPal to mitigate the problems of eBay users. What particularly is or are the problems of eBay users? Ang transactions nila. So na-tendency yung good nga mas scam sila pagka nag-send kwarta. So kana matiway ilang kwarta. So you can find it in this article. No, this article demonstrates in a very nice way how should one should be flexible about the ideas and not afraid to change the direction of a whole company after realizing that it might solve real customers' problems. So what's Elon Musk's role in this? So in this PayPal story, Elon Musk is in fact a big business since after emerging his company or X.com, Confinity, he decided to terminate development and focus only on the PayPal money service. So as you can see, Elon Musk now is I think billionaire na siya dili lang kay PayPal iyang company nga pa siya ay SpaceX which is recently lang nabuhat na nila ang katong pag-docking sa katong spaceship nila nga vertical unya na robotic arms nga nidawat sa ilahang spaceship. So that's a huge nga achievement yun kay pag-maneuver paladaan sa katong rocket nila for a very particular high speed niya it automatic na siya ng so nindot ako ang gito siya biggest achievement ito siya for kana well anyways since we've been googling quite a lot in this chapter let us talk about Google. So another example we have Google sa to say lang Google right now is has a lot of options, no, whereas nakaabot pag ko atong phone na pero dili katong kuan na katong pa kabata pa nako kay nandun ako nga si Google is wala gito siya ads or ako sa computer niya magawa niya dito kay ato lang sa Google dili siya ingon nga para karon ba every time click ka na ay sponsored nga link yung nga na ba yes GK you raise your hand Jason yes on someone you want to share something or someone are you GK or napislitan ra so is still here madungog ra basta lang madungog ko ayo
Yes, sir.
guys
Madam. Sir.
ale si kapiston ano ni siya siyang had Hmm, putol putol sige wait hello madungog ra ko guys
Yes, sir.
kana dili na
Yes,
dili
sir.
na dili na putol-putol ako audio goods na thumbs up lang
Di na, sir.
sige guys good good thank you sige so I am using now my phone na lang kay lisod man sa laptop po murag ang internet ni. I am using my personal data na lang po kay total wa man sad ko'y tawagan. Char. Well, anyways. Okay. So we stop no ari sa kaning kang PayPal. So balik ta na-develop ni or si PayPal was focused largely by Elon Musk. Iyang gipahunong ang tanan niya nga projects para ma-focus lang yun sa ni PayPal. So for how many years gi-focus niya improve niya ang PayPal, Elon Musk is now one of the most richest man sa Estados Unidos. So because of this, naka-develop sad siya of different companies. So katong we have the Boring Company, hinumdum ana katong nabaligya siya mga say flamethrowers as well as SpaceX. Okay. So another example of product is Google, obviously. So si Google was also a uh, search engine before. Unya, ang kanidutan lang ni Google sa una is walay ads. Unlike now, uh, daghan gid kayo silang ads, no? Okay. So, kana siya. So since we've been Googling, let's talk about Google. Back in the 90s, two young PhD students from Stanford University, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, developed a search algorithm called Backrub. This algorithm soon became the popular at Stanford and began to consume so much of the Stanford server's bandwidth that both geniuses dropped their PhD and decided to build a company around it. Why did Backrub transform into Google? At some point, they decided that the name Backrub was not good enough and formed a brainstorming session. Obviously, laing gid paminan ang backrub mo, gipanohod ka. So during this session, Sean Anderson, graduate student at the time, came up with the name Googleplex. Or if FYI, Google is the largest number according to kuan like daghan ka na siya zeros. So Page like it and proposed to shorten it to Google. While searching on a domain name registry to determine whether the Google had been taken already, so Sean made a mistake and typed Google. So GLE. So Google or goggles na siya. This domain was free and everybody loved the mistake. So it was immediately registered and has been well known by everyone ever since. So you can check the history of Google's name in that particular link. Nowadays, we use tons of Google services besides of the search engine. We have Google Plus, as well as Google Analytics, Google Cloud Solutions, Gmails, and so on and so forth. So in summary, guys, as you can see, big software companies always start somewhere. And usually this somewhere is someone's idea. So don't be afraid of your ideas. Don't be afraid of sharing them. And don't be afraid in moving forward with them. One in millions of spermatozoids inevitably becomes a human being. In the same way, or same way, one of many ideas, if properly pushed and planned enough, has the power of becoming another Google. So aside from the software aspect, so there are a lot of ideas now that are being used as a business platform na. So another example, kanang Don Macchiatos. So kinsa may nag-expect na ang 39 peso nga coffee karon will receive a lot of kanang unsa man will receive a lot of franchises. What mag-expect or sa una gani ako sad personally I don't like the idea of ako rin yung opinion na pwede ayaw lang ko i-bash please. So kana di kay ko ganahan sa kanilagi pa choy ba. But when once I got the idea, I open up my mind. I ito nakakuan ko nga nindot kid din siyang nindot kid din siyang venture kay kana gawas sa budget friendly siya. Kana chuyins kayo makakwarta sad mo ana. Okay? So, photo siya. Any questions about ideas? So, muna siya kamo kung namoy mga idea diha nga gustong i-propose ni Sir Rafran, i-propose niyo kutob sa mahimo. Mas maayo na naamoy o daghan mo ma-propose kaysa wala jud. Pero make sure lang sad nga inyo i-propose is makaya lang sa ninyo sa inyong budget and sa inyong time frame. Okay, kamo man buhatan. Okay. So now let's proceed to different models. So different companies build different products that serve different needs. Some products serves needs of individual people, so example operating systems, whereas other products are used for the business needs of other companies. So mostly ani is mga third party na nga companies. So examples, excuse me, we have e-commerce platforms that can be sold to different companies for their e-commerce needs. So example, we have Century sa Pilipinas, we have GCash, we have Paymaya, we have coins, and so on and so forth. So products that satisfy needs of individual customers are called B2C or business to consumer. So while those that satisfies needs of other businesses are called B2B, business to business. So kana siya, ang kalahian sa duha. Okay? When we say B2C, business to consumer is direct ang business na to our clients. When we say B2B or business to business, this refers to a third party of a particular company. Sila ang middleman or siya ang middleman between two businesses. For example, sa may example ng mga B2B companies. So we have, unsa man, we have our, unsa man, uy, ISPs, our internet service providers. So those are B2B or and B2C. So when we say business to business, kana magbuhat silang network from their motherboard no ilahang mother company to their sister companies ingana. Yeah, if B2C sad kana ato ang mga internet connections nga connect nato. So there are a lot of forms of marketing. So nasa tayo G2B or government to business. We have B2G, business to government, and even C2C, consumer to consumer. In this model, the product facilitates the customers to provide services or sell products to other customers. So how do you decide what your product should do and what type of needs it should target in the first place? So first of all, you need to run a research. So kana gyud everything or magsugod gyud ta sa pagpangita og problema. Saan na nato pagsabot sa problema, di atong i-research ang problema. Then after we gather data, we document the data and we already have our research. Then we start to develop. Now let's talk about research and development. So in the previous section, we discussed how ideas no change existing corporations and how they can originate new companies. Of course, it is not easy as someone just lying under a tree and waiting for an apple to fall on their head. In today's fast-changing, highly competitive technological world, there must be some organizational structure that leads to the generation of ideas for new products or even ideas to improve the existing ones, making them attractive in the market. In fact, some companies have quite big research and development departments. So here in Cebu, the companies, technological companies that I know of that have a research and development department here is or are we have Lexmark, we have Kyocera, and we have FTP. So kana sila if you are into kana gyud ganahan mo kanang mag R&D or you want to work in a research and development team. So I suggest the said companies. Once again, we have Kyocera, we have FTP, we also have Lexmark. Accenture is, I think, is delete na siya R&D kay Accenture mahog siya o kanang kasi nga middleman or mahog siya nga business to business. Sakto, I'm not sure if sakto ba ang term kay mahog man gud nga si Accenture mo hire sila og tao ang katoy lang hire tao nga na hire ibutang nila og projects wherein ang kaninga projects or for example si Google. So ang gibuhat na si Google is ilang nakigkontrata sila ni Accenture nga mag-outsource sila og mga kanang software developers, software testers, quality assurance, and so on and so forth para mabuhat nila o ma-develop nila ang program or software products na gusto nilang mabuhat. The same with Alliance. Although Alliance also has a research and development team, pero based on experience, you need to have qualifications po.
And ilahang R&D sad kay dili sad siya ingon nga all the time na mura siya og seasonal if wala ko masayop. Kato siya. There are different ways of saying our research and development. We have R&D, we have R&D, so R&D, R plus D, or even RTD, research and technological development. But mostly R&D, letter R, letter N, letter D. So it's quite tricky to give the right value to an research and development department within a company. The research for innovation and creativity usually aims at a long-term success. And therefore, it is not easy to evaluate its current value. So pareha sa inyo karon. So kung propose mo study, let's say sa inyong proposal, inyong expected nga bill of materials will be around 10K. But sad to say, during dili wala ko maghadlok ka, I'm just giving you a kanang insight based on unsa sad akong na experience pod when I was still in UC. So nahitabuan na nila sila o propose sila og title ya ila expected nga magasto is around 10 to 15. But in reality, once the project was the proposal was accepted, during their implementation, ni saka gamay ang ilahang bill of materials. So from 10 to 15, maybe naabot na og 15 to 25. But again, it depends on it depends on how you manage your finances and how you kanang use your pagkawais kumbaga nga makabarato mo sa inyong mga equipments. Okay? The amount or percentage of what a company invests in R&D is called R&D intensity. So of course, investing more in R&D doesn't mean that your product will be the most innovative and the most creative one. So, ana siya ha, dili na siya bot pasabot nga ang inyong gibuhat or inyong invest sa R&D is mo na siya pinakanindot, pinaka-innovative or pinaka-unique kumbaga. So it still depends on the ratio, on the level of technology that we are right now versus the innovation that you have developed. So for example, iPhone 16, unsa may mga innovations nga naa sa iPhone 16 compared with iPhone 15. So sa iPhone 16 kay sa man kato na makadrag-drag ng icon. But that particular feature is naa na ni Android. So kana siya. You get my point? Wala ko mang daot ha. So gihatag ra ko example. Okay? So however, some studies have proven that companies with stable R&D process outperform those where there's no investment in R&D at all. So sa inyo ha, ang inyong kuwang ra gyud ninyo as students taking research is investment. Siguro, if you have a title, I'm not sure if open ba ang CTU ani, like mangita mo og investor, inyong i propose sa investor ang iyong desired nga title. If makauyon sa investor, sila ang muhatag og kwarta ninyo pero provided nga mabuhat yun ninyo ang inyong gipropose nga nila. So otherwise, I'm not sure unsay buhaton sa kon depende man gyapon na sa contract ninyo or sa inyong memorandum of agreement. Okay? So how does the process look like? So in this cycle, so next figure, research, explore, prototype, develop, test, improve, research, explore. So it's just a repetition of actions, no? So repeat these actions forever because your product will never be perfect. So it's the same with the software development life cycle. So cycle man siya, magsige gyud na siya padayon. Walay undang-undang hantod kamatayon, amen. So the inevitable process left to us by our old Darwin works. Excuse me. The world evolves every day. People change as well as their needs. Things that are relevant today can be completely obsolete tomorrow. So kana siya. Kana sa inyong example, some of you guys are proposing title nga you will be using Bluetooth modules. Moto nga I sometimes ask nga why Bluetooth modules? Why not use Wi-Fi module instead or radio frequency? And nasi uban nga they will be using RFIDs. So why use RFIDs nga karon mostly magamit mo biometrics man gani and so on and so forth. So in short, dili perme not all the time relevant or not all the time kanang gamitonon gihapon na siya nga particular feature sa karon nga panahon. So kumbaga once nga nagsigig kana as long as we live, technology will change as well and it will be in ratio or in relation sad on what are the needs sa ato ang way of life. For example, sa una, malipay na lang gani ta sa 2G nga 5 Mbps mo na pinakapaspas sa una. Karon gani 5 ps magyaw-yaw na 5 Mbps magyaw-yaw na ta. So do you get my point? Are you guys are you guys still with me? Thumbs up and thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Sige. Tumotor siya. So, imo ni ang now sa cycle. So, muna siya. So, first we'll start with research, then we will explore, then we will prototype based on our data. Then after the prototyping, we develop, and then we test, and then we improve, and again we'll go back to research. And once we improve, mausab naman sa ang ato ang daily needs. So mag-research sa tagbalik kung sa atong kinahanglan kung sa mga features na pwede na itong i-observe and then implement para ma-kuhan siya sa atong mga daily needs. Okay. So who should run the research? So it depends and it varies no from company to company. So some companies the research is being run by the marketing. So it depende po na. So we also have the business development and the analytics experts. So some companies handles the research tasks to the engineers. Some companies don't have R&D departments at all but try to organize their working process in a way that R&D becomes part of a daily routine. So pareha na ko namo diri sa CTU is instructors no particularly with the planting positions are opt to do research para kana sad for gawas lang sa naay maka-comply but as well as for kana research and development, research and innovation. So unsay pwede namong ma-update or pwede namong ma-enhance. Kay mao ra ba nay trabaho na to sa engineer. We will make our lives easier. Char. So we've seen a lot of different things happening. So we have here at Offshore Pay. So the company where nagtrabaho ang kanang author aning libro. So R&D is run by business owners, product owners, analytics experts, and engineers. The analytics dashboard is built by business analyst experts on top of live metrics gathered from the running system in production. So these metrics are being constantly discussed in weekly meetings by all the stakeholders. During these meetings, we think of possible solutions that will improve the number of existing metrics as we also come up with new metrics to measure our success. Based on these discussions, sometimes new ideas are born, opening a way to new business opportunities. So, siya. We had also worked with a company where research was being conducted by engineers. So they were checking huge data reports, comparing numbers of existing products from the competitors, thinking of the solution to improve, and trying them right away before they knew how to write code. Very convenient, by the way. So, kana mas convenient ko no akong ang mga engineer ang mo buhat sa research and development. Wala, kamura ba ni? O, kita de. Okay? So, at Ed Era, an online education company, that we represent as technical co-founders. R&D is fun as run by a dedicated person. So the person runs deep research on educational processes, therefore analysis of different educational tools, techniques, and platforms such as Udemy, Khan Academy, Coursera, edX, Duolingo, etc. allows us to build ideas not only of what is modern, what the person wants to learn, but also how they want to do it. So basically, R&D or the people who will be doing the research and development depends on the company kung kinsa ilang assignan ana. Okay? Kuha ra, guys. Wala ra questions so far. Anyone? So I think wala naman siguro. Okay. So if none, knowledge sharing platform. So you can go to edera if you want to learn more. So ano siya, share out our online courses. The platform is called edX. So kato natin gigamit sa ato introduction to AI, and it was developed by MIT. The platform was created in 2012 and is being developed by more than 300 contributors from around the world and offers vast range of possibilities of creating MMOCs, or what we call massive online open online courses. But there's always a right. So ang ihang kuan in 3 years extensive use, we got stuck with a lot of different issues. The technology stack of the platform is scary. Different databases, message queues, queues, day, programming languages, and technologies are bound together, offering a huge, tightly coupled system difficult to scale horizontally, maintain, and upgrade. So, ano siya? Medyo nakabantay sa mo, medyo labad kamay ang EDX, no? O EDERA, ni. So, ito siya, no need to read this one. Next, let's go to MVP. Minimum viable product. So it is a product that has enough features to prove its concept. It also allows one to build features on top of it, and it's good enough to be shown to the investors and to ask money for its development. It's good enough to use it in a basic way. Have you ever heard the phrase, "We need to build a skate first"? So wala man na sa tuwa, no? Ang naa na to kay basta mo gana, mauna na. So people often say it exactly in a content applied to minimum viable products. So in this illustration, as you can see, kanina is this is not a minimum viable product. Ano na produkto ligid. Ikaduha gisumpayan ra nimo ikaduhang ligid. Ikadulo ang chassis na sa lawas sa sakyanan. Then nanalay kay tibuok na sakyanan. So this is not a minimum viable product. Kay kung diri pandaan sa first pandaan, wa na kauyon imong customer o imong clients. So there will be no more phase 2 or version 2 ana nga product. So a minimum viable product would look like this one. First, you have a very simple skateboard. So medyo dili kayo ingon nga sad pa si client pero nipalit gyapon siya. Then ibutangan yung additional feature na anay handle. So medyo okay lang me. Then next is makalingkod na mo instead of standing up. Tindak-tindak lang hinoon. Then next update niyo is nanamoy makina, motor na gid siya. Then ikaw pat nahimo na siya og sakyanan. So this is a famous illustration by Henrik Nyberg. Nyberg, makancel sa taan nga word. Basta by Henrik, no illustration ni by Henrik about sa MVP. What does this mean? If you want to build a car, you could start by building a tire, then a wheel, then a carcass, then you come to the whole car. Thus making the whole product usable only when it's totally built. So, sa version 1 pa lang ninyo ang dili na functional ang inyong product. Tendency is wala gyud palitan na. Okay? So, MVP is, at first, you build a skate, then you build a kick scooter, then you build a bike, and then you build your car. So, this process is slower, but you have something working at every iteration. So in this book, we are going to build our skate for our learning platform. So what is an MVP for a learning platform? Well, the learning platform must offer a way to learn, right? Hence, we get to write a list of basic things required for someone to be able to learn. So the online learning process usually consists of two simple stages. There's some material to consume the knowledge. So manetong gibuhat karon, we can either use a video, a book, or a piece of text. And there's a way to check the acquired knowledge. So that we will be doing quizzes, tests, a list of questions, or some peer-to-peer assessment in more complex environments. So we would say that if we build something that will allow the user to read through some learning material or which we learning video, then go to quizzes, then we will be good to go. So muna siya yung hitabo mostly sa mga existing karon nga mga online courses. So if nakabantay mo sa Udemy, so videos gina siya kasagaran. Coursera as well na ay notes na pero naa sa mostly sila is videos then after each chapter wala na pa ako laptop. Oh, kadyo sa guys ha. Kadyo sa guys ha kay na pa akong laptop one moment. I will share my screen. Break lang sa taka dito mga 30 minutes lang. Be back by 2:30. Ayaw lang mo quit sa kuan. So, kuan lang sa mo diyan. Break lang sa ta for 30 minutes. Be back by 2:30. Okay. Sige, sige, sige. One moment. Hello, guys, are you there? I apologize for being late. Isa-isa kay kalitog kapaw ang akong laptop niya nasa ko giadto sa admin office. Okay, let me share my screen. One moment, please. Yeah, before we proceed, attendance ako kaliyot. Pasyon sa ha. Please lang ko thumbs up if makita na ninyo ang ako ang ana sa akong screen. Excuse me. Okay, one moment sa ha. Please say present or raise your virtual hand when your last name is called. Let's have Kabag.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Kapisnon. Thank you. Canonigo. Is Canonigo present? Wala. Carbos. Thank you. Siniza. Okay, thank you. Codino. Dagle. Thank you. De la Victoria. Thank you. Felices. Thank you. Gabato. Thank you. Genon. Thank you. Hernandez. Thank you. Ibarra. Lebron. Thank you. Lucero. Thank you. Mahinay. Thank you. Mahusay. Thank you. Mandreza. Thank you. Nigre. Thank you. Niadas. Thank you. Umandak.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Omega. Thank you. Omictin.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Swan. Thank you. Somalino. Thank you. Soralta. Soralta. Wala pa. Texon. Thank you. Tutu. Alright. Thank you. Balisado. And Villacampa. Thank you. Gitamundok no, embedded man ni, as well as Austral. Embedded mo siguro mo sila. Okay, sige. Uy, saan ni kanonigo? Okay, na-represent. Okay, sige. Kinsay wa natawag aside or kinsay wa nakadungog ganina? Okay, okay, good sa ni. Sige. So, let us continue where we left off. Asa na ta ato? We are now here. Knowledge sharing, minimum valuable. Oh, so that's it, no? For summary. So let's go to roles and methodologies and responsibilities. So, ako na lang. Taysa kay na ako'y buhaton karon. So, I'll give you a activity to be passed today. So, heads up lang sa Google Classroom palihog and buhatag lang ko or ma-message lang ko sa GC na to. Sige, so that will be all for today's discussion. Please expect an activity today. Thank you guys and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye. Amping.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you.